I was fishing with a bass angler one time, way up north near the canoe boundary waters, and this particular angler was having a very hard time sticking the fish and then getting them back to the boat or back to the canoe in this particular situation. And this is a question I get asked all the time when I'm doing seminars and different kind of events around the country. Is somebody might come up and ask me, Steve, how come I keep losing fish? And this is one of the top few mistakes that I see new bass anglers making all the time, and a lot of us need a reminder on this. And I really do this all the time myself. It's something I have to constantly tell myself, is I will get this rod out of position. And by out of position, I mean in a not ready position. So I'll be fishing a jig or a Texas rig, and I'll have that rod almost straight up and down. Well, what do I do now when I get a bite? So you got to reel that slack down and then set the hook. And oftentimes that's all it takes for that bass to spit that thing out. So when you're fishing like this with a jig or Texas rig, it's real important to try to keep that rod somewhere, I like to say, between, you know, that 9:30, 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock position. So then you've got some place to go. This sounds so much easier than it is when you're dragging that lure across the bottom. It's so easy to drag it up to this particular point. And if you're anything like me, that's when the bite comes, and now you got problems. You can't set the hook immediately. But if I get that bite when that rod is in this position, bam, immediately there is almost zero delay in getting that hook set. So make sure you got your rod in that good position, 9:30 or so to 11 o'clock. And once you get that fish on, don't pump the rod. And if you do drop that rod tip, make sure you reel up that slack. And I think it will really help you land more fish and stick more fish. And if you would like to watch a video that talks about, what I think are the 4 easiest lures to skip, go ahead and check this one out right here. And make sure that you go out and encourage someone today. You never know how you might just change their life. For the Bass Fishing Life, I'm your host, Steve Rogers.